and welcome back to Orion Outreach. I'm your host, Ashley Pointe, and with me I have Tanya Hamilton, who is the Executive Director at the North Oakland Community Coalition.
Correct.
Okay. Or otherwise known as NOCC. And she brought with her Jill McCullum.
McCullum. Yep.
McCullum, sorry. How are you two today?
I'm doing well.
Thank you so much for coming in. I am doing well. So before we get started on the main subject, how about we get started with what exactly the NOCC is?
Sure. So the NOCC is a nonprofit organization based right here in Lake Orion, Michigan. Our mission is to work primarily with youth, but actually our entire community on healthy decision making and encouraging substance-free lifestyles. So we do a lot of work at the high school level within our school district, but we also work in the entire community. For instance, we all know that the opioid epidemic is a real problem nationwide right now, and Lake Orion is not immune to that problem. Just this week, we hosted a Narcan training and distributed 30 Narcan kits to residents in Lake Orion. So, we kind of have programs that we run throughout the year that we're just trying to get everyone to learn about so we can reach the entire community. Jill will be able to tell you quite a bit about what we're doing with our youth later on in the program. But we work, we also, I don't know if you've seen the green wristband projects that we had this prom season. We were distributing the green wristbands that said, "You can count on me, can I count on you?" to encourage parents not to serve alcohol at their high school parties. Just everything we can do to encourage safe choices in our community, that's our goal.
And it is an amazing goal for a brand new staff.
That's right. We've undergone quite a few changes in the past 12 months. I just came on board with the coalition this past October. At that time, I was the only staff member. We brought on Jeannie Yates came on as our project coordinator in February, and then we just welcomed Jill as our new youth coordinator 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
And she's diving in. So we appreciate you sitting down with us so quickly to talk about some programs that Jill is working on. We're excited to spread the word, and I'm going to let her talk more about that.
Well, Jill, so you got involved, as she said, 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. How did you find out about North Oakland County Coalition?
Well, I've been involved in health, preventative health care for quite some time. I started as a massage therapist. I've been involved in fitness and nutrition and have always been really interested in community health. And so I just so happened upon a job posting on it, and I thought that just sounded amazing, and I wanted to be part of the community. I wanted to be part of, I have 3 kids, and I have one child who's still in the middle schools here, so to be involved in the kids, it seemed like a great opportunity.
And I'm sure it helps the parents know that a youth coordinator has children. So okay, they can relate to what we're going through. They understand.
Yeah, I have 2 college kids and then one who's still in middle school here at Walden.
They might be in college, but they're still kids.
Yeah, they are.
At least that's what my mom always said. Yeah, you might be in college, but you're still my kid.
That's right. That's right. They're always their kid.
So the programs that you are starting with, actually there was one coming up.
The Level Up Camp on August 1st is coming up. It's for rising 6th graders to rising 9th graders. So if they're going into 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th grade, we would love to have them come out to Camp Agawam. We're going to have a full day of games, activities, lunch, wonderful fun things. They're going to be able to swim. Kona Ice is coming. And we're just going to have a great day, all centered around building self-esteem, self-respect, some goal setting, kind of giving them tools so that as they go into the next school year, they can achieve some goals, maybe set some goals. And of course, always centered around living that substance-free life, making the decisions that are going to help them to achieve their goals.
Now, is it handicap accessible as well? Do you have programs for disabled?
Everyone is welcome. We certainly would make every what word am I looking for? I'm sorry.
Every effort
to accommodate anyone who needs to come. Yeah, it's absolutely accessible for everyone.
And you are also having guest speakers from Learning Options High School? For the Learning Options High School.
We've invited Joe Savalli to come and speak to start our morning off. He is a speaker we brought in to talk with the Learning Options High School students last year. They loved him. He was fantastic, very motivational, a speaker who can really help students recognize and identify their own goals and then think ahead to the steps that it will take for them to attain those goals. So we're really starting out the day with Joe getting all of these kids thinking where they see themselves in their future. And then we'll spend the rest of the day identifying steps they can take to make sure that they give themselves every opportunity to get there.
So that involves a life skills program?
I'm sorry?
So that involves a life skills program?
No, the life skills program is something different. The life skills program is a program we run in every 5th grade classroom in Lake Orion. Actually, we were thrilled last year because we were in every single classroom in Lake Orion, every 5th grade class in Lake Orion last year. Yeah, we were able to run, it's an 8-session course. So typically we run that class by meeting with each classroom 1 day a week for an hour at a time, 8 weeks in a row. But we absolutely work with the teachers to accommodate their schedules because our goal is just making sure we're serving the kids and getting into the schools when they're able to schedule us. But usually it's an 8-week program, once a week, and it does the same kind of goal setting. We start out by talking to the kids about what their goals are, identifying risky behaviors that could hinder their chances of attaining their goals, all the way to talking to them about social skills and knowing the difference between assertive behavior and aggressive behavior, and just really good character building skills that will help them the next year in middle school. So we're really excited. Every principal in the district has told us they're anxious for us to bring the program back again next year. So that will be another big project of Jill's, is getting everyone scheduled and teaching those classes.
Now, this program, you said you did it last year. How long have you been running the Camp Agawam and the Level Up program? Has it evolved over the years? Or is this more of a brand new program?
It has. So this camp is a service we're able to provide because of a mini grant that we received from the Oakland Community Health Network and the Alliance of Coalitions for Healthy Communities. Those are two of our major grantors who support us year-round. But this particular camp project is a mini grant we receive every summer. Some residents may recognize the terms Just Girls Camp or Just Boys Camp that they've run at Camp Agawam in previous years. This year we decided to bring both genders together, have a larger group, also include members of the community because we're asking adult facilitators to come in and join us and just have really great open dialogue, have fun with these kids, and get everybody pumped up thinking about their goals for the next school year.
That sounds amazing. And I understand that you also still need volunteers for this camp.
We do. We need volunteers to lead and facilitate conversation with the kids. We're going to break up into smaller groups. We're hoping to get at least 100, maybe even 150 kids involved in this camp. So we need many volunteers from the community, both adult and high school. The high schoolers, if they're juniors and seniors, can get community service hours for this. So if they wanted to volunteer, we would love to have high school mentors that came in and told these kids about their experiences in that grade. If they're going to be in 7th grade, if we could have a junior or senior remember and recall what 7th grade was like for them and kind of help them to have a better year.
And the only requirement is that they're a junior or the senior. There's no special requirement besides that.
Yep, we just need some juniors and seniors to be leaders for these kids coming up.
Do you have any stories about how this camp has helped students who have become juniors and seniors and then come back as a volunteer?
Well, I do know that we have some members of Teens in Action who were involved in our Just Girls camps previously in previous years, but this is kind of a brand new direction for this camp this year. So we're really hoping that the difference we're going to see is, a couple of years from now, when the kids who attend our camp on August 1st are now volunteering for us, 3 or 4 years later, and can say, hey, I came to the first Level Up camp, and this is what it made me think about, and this is how it maybe changed my path a little bit. So we're excited to see those changes. And I just want to add, one thing we have not mentioned is that this is a free camp. So because it's mini grant funded, there is no cost at all to participants. So, it's a great day at camp. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to make new friends. You're going to play a lot of fun games, and no cost to parents.
Is there anything else you want to add about just NOCC, anything besides Level Up Camp that is coming up that you would just want to at least get the word out there for with the youth program?
Camp is always more fun if you're with your friends. So if I would like to tell the community, if you have your child signing up, maybe encourage the parents of your children's friends too to sign them up too. It's always more comfortable for the kids if they know someone going in. So if they can have a buddy when they kind of go into camp and feel good about themselves, that helps a lot.
Make it a little plate. It's like, okay, all of our kids are going to go to camp. We're going to go do something else.
That's right. That's right.
Give the parents a day.
And you know what? That's what the coalition is for. Our goal is to invite the community to experience these positive days together. So we have these funds that come in through our coalition, and the sole purpose of them is to serve our community. So we'd like to see the camp filled to capacity. We have the funds that have been gifted to Lake Orion for 150 students. Let's get there, let's utilize them.
And these funds aren't just for the camp. Is there anything else that NOCC does for the community that also involves youth besides just the youth program?
Outside of the camp?
Yes.
Well, we talked about the life skills program. Another thing that Jill's going to be wearing many hats in this new position of hers.
Very busy.
She's going to be running the Teens in Action program that's currently existing at the high school, but she has plans for this year too.
We are hoping and planning to get a similar group. So our Teens in Action program is in the high school right now, and it's very successful, and we would like to pull it into the middle schools so that each middle school has their own Teens in Action group. And that will only build and feed our high school program and make them stronger decision makers, stronger kids,
Yeah. That actually sounds, I wish we would have had it at my middle school and high school. It would have helped a lot, but we had just normal stuff. And being a teenager, especially going from middle school to high school, it's scary and it's hard, but having someone to guide you and help you a lot, it helps so much.
It does.
And being in the high school, being part of a group in any form is really helpful, especially for freshmen going in. If you're already part of the Teens in Action group, you kind of go in with a bubble of friends or just something to be involved in already in the high school. So I know that sports work that way for a lot of kids, and we would like to be part of that too.
It's a major jump going from a little middle school to high school where everybody's just a mix, and you're just like, I don't know, I'm not with my friends anymore.
Yeah.
And some of these kids they have so much anxiety, and especially with today's world, especially all the pressure, especially in high school.
Absolutely.
And just anything to help them take their minds off of it, just to get them to relax a little bit. Teens in Action really helps.
It does.
And just to have a presence in the school saying, look, there are kids who don't participate in these risky behaviors, and you're safe here. This is a safe environment. You're not going to be exposed to vaping and to other things that we're seeing in the high school these days. So it's kind of a little sanctuary for kids too, to know, hey, you're going to be safe here. And it's I don't know, I get excited. I get excited because the idea of working with a teen group at the middle school to me is going to be this is the best year possible to really implement that program, because these 5th graders coming out of life skills classes last year, this will be our first 6th grade class that will go all the way through middle school, having had that really solid start with life skills in 5th grade. And then we told them last year when we were in their classes teaching that they're going to be seeing us next year. Come find us in the cafeteria. Come find us at your school events, because we're going to continue to be involved with you. So watching that class particularly go all the way through middle school and then move on to high school, I think we're going to be seeing some really, really great changes, and I'm excited about it.
And it's great for them to have a solid, sturdy individual in their lives. Because like some kids, although they may seem fine on the outside, they don't have a stable home, but they obviously don't want anybody to know, but just have someone say, I'm there for you and I will be here for you all the way through. It can make a world of a difference.
It can. And just being that one extra piece, the high school does a fantastic job with their counseling department. We are just one more piece of that puzzle, one more voice saying the same thing that they're hopefully hearing at home and hopefully hearing from teachers, but one more voice saying, look, safe decisions matter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that is a great quote to stop on. Safe decisions matter, and that's exactly what the North Oakland Community Coalition is about.
Yes.
Really, yeah.
And I want to thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for
having us. And thank you for what
us.
you do, because it matters. It really matters.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us today.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.